Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be an overview of my rank 3 7-star Okoye. Longtime fans of the channel, at least from the beginning of the year, January, will know that I am a massive fan of Okoye. I dropped a couple of the Okoye bundles when she first came out, and unfortunately, I did not get her as a 7-star. But thankfully, I pulled her out of a Titan Nexus during the Red and Dead discount shed opening. That's a mouthful to say without stuttering, so thank you for not stuttering me. That's typically what I do when I say a jumble. See, like right there, a complicated jumble of words. But anyway, Okoye is amazing. She has so much damage. It is almost laughable how much damage she has. So let's go fight one of her best matchups, which is Bullseye. So Okoye can place an ensnare debuff on the opponent when she triggers dexterity. So when she dashes back and dodges an attack, like that, she's going to put an ensnare debuff on the opponent. So if you're not aware of what ensnare does, it prevents the opponent from evading. It's not evade ability accuracy, it's just preventing the opponent from evading. So it can't be turned off by Bullseye shenanigans, so you don't have to worry about that. So this first fight that I'm doing here, this is called the Okoye risk fight, because going for this stand-up intercept after the special 2 when the opponent has 3 bars of power, it is risky. It is not always guaranteed. It is a risk. Now I'm going to show you that same fight, I believe, without the risk factor, and you'll see that it is still an unbelievable Bullseye fight. An unbelievable Bullseye fight. So we're going to start off the same way. I need to trigger the ensnare from dexterity, and now I go for an intercept to give Bullseye additional power. I'm trying to bait a little heavy attack here so I can push into special 2. Okoye is a lot tankier against Bullseye than most other champions because 2 reasons. Number 1, the ensnare is reducing the ability accuracy of his instant bleeds, so he's not going to trigger instant bleeds every time during his special attack when you're dexing it. As you can see, it only triggered once there, so only 2 out of 3 times did it trigger during that special 2. And additionally, all of the debuffs that she places are inequity, and you're reducing Bullseye's attack rating by 36%, so even when you're taking those instant bleeds, you're taking reduced damage from them because of inequity. So Bullseye is an amazing matchup for her. Another pretty solid matchup for her is Photon. Now again, this is all unboosted. She's Sig 1. She doesn't need any more than Sig 1 because the main benefit is from the 3 out of 3 deep wounds benefit for her shocks and her bleeds. So Photon, as we all know, is immune to bleed. She's not, however, immune to shock. So, with Okoye, you can just stack up a bunch of shocks and go for the same exact rotation. You can just go for your special 2, and it's essentially going to be lights out for Photon. Now, one thing that I learned a little late with Okoye, but I've known for a while now, is when you throw her heavy attack, she consumes her combo to refresh the duration of her debuffs. Now, her heavy attack itself will pause the duration of, I believe, 20 of each of her debuffs, but if you have enough combo, you can consume that combo to refresh those debuffs. Let's go fight Serpent, because why not? Why not fight Serpent, right? Okoye can just do anything, because she's so crazy, man. She really is ridiculous. So this is Serpent, and as you can see, those bleeds are actually lasting a lot longer than they would normally. That is because Okoye is gaining the increased benefit from deep wounds because of her signature ability. So she's increasing the duration of those bleeds by more than what deep wounds can typically increase them by. So that sig ability adding 3 points is very, very impactful. So another great thing here for Okoye is, again, inequity is going to reduce the damage you take on block, and the ensnare is going to also add to that inequity and potentially reduce some of other Serpent's other abilities. So now I'm going to use a heavy attack to refresh my debuffs. As you can see, let me show that one more time. I had 75 hits in my combo, right? I throw a heavy attack with that vicious passive, and I refresh my debuffs after consuming 20 hits. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my special 1 to pause the debuffs, right? Pausing the debuffs after the first hit of the special 1 or the special 2 because it's a guaranteed crit, and any other crits in the special attacks will pause the debuffs. Now, I just go for a full combo into my relic, and before I can even do another combo, Serpent's dead. 94% health, 1 minute fight against a rank 3 Serpent. Pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous stuff. I think Okoye has the highest likelihood out of every other skill champion aside from Nick Fury to be my first 7-star rank 4 skill champion because she's just so fun. Not only is she an incredible damage dealer with a decent amount of utility, she's just so much fun as well. I will be totally transparent. I don't think she has the most utility in the skill class. You know, Ensnare is definitely good for stopping evade and whatnot, and the damage that she deals can just bypass a lot of annoying abilities from certain champions, but she doesn't have the most utility in the world. A lot of her utility is her damage. Her ability to just kill opponents super, super fast is part of her utility. It's just kind of like how Cosmic Ghost Rider, a lot of his utility is his damage. That's a very, very similar feeling for Okoye. She has a very similar feeling to that because she just deals so much damage, and the utility that she does have makes her incredibly useful in those niche matchups where you need to stop evade and also reduce a little bit of ability accuracy. So, one last fight here for Okoye. I have Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk, and she is going to destroy this 1.5 million health pool opponent in about a minute. You're going to see that it doesn't really last much longer than a minute here once I get going. And I'm actually going to utilize the heavy attack here to pause my debuffs to ensure that they stay on for longer. So I throw the special 2. The first hit of each of her special attacks is a guaranteed crit, and that will pause all of her debuffs, and then any other guaranteed crits during the special also pause the debuffs. So right there, I've done 2 heavy attacks with that vicious passive. I've consumed my combo to pause and refresh the debuffs. Now I'm throwing my special 1 with over 43 of each debuff. I'm trying to get another heavy attack off to pause them. Now I'm just pausing them because I don't have that vicious passive, but it doesn't even matter. Having 21 debuffs of each type here still paused is crazy. And now I throw one more special 1, get another pause, apply more debuffs, and I'm just going to go for a full combo here. Doesn't even matter that Red Hulk evaded, he's just dead. So that was 1.5 million health in 1 minute and 12 seconds. Just crazy stuff, man. Absolutely insane stuff. We capped out at around, what, 42? Yeah, 42 bleeds. All of them dealing so much damage over time. Or 44 bleeds, even, because I think these bleeds just fall off as I'm going for a combo here. But, look, the fact of the matter is, Okoye is a ridiculous character. I think she is one of the best skill attackers released in a very long time. She is just so widely useful, and even in matchups where you don't have access to both of your debuffs, like we fought Photon, where she not only has immunity to bleed, but she also has energy resistance, so those shocks are dealing less damage than they typically would. Even in a matchup like that, Okoye still dominated and still made it look effortless. She's really sustainable because of all the inequity that she gains from applying those debuffs, so taking a couple of hits, or if you're triggering instant effects on you, the damage is going to be less because of all those debuffs. The Ensnare preventing evade is so universally applicable to every evade character in the game, whether it be, I think, Nightcrawler, I think it would work for him. Bullseye, obviously, any Spider-Verse character, you name it, that evade is going to stop it in its tracks. So, yeah, Okoye is crazy, and if you have Okoye, even if you don't have her awakened, rank her up, because she is phenomenal. Thank you again so much for watching this video. If you liked it, I really hope that you did. Please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing. Once again, thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll hope to see you in the next one. Peace.